If you're raising chickens and turkeys, have you had to ask any of these top 5 questions? 1. Why do my birds' feathers look dull and brittle? 2. Why are my birds not laying as many eggs as usual and the eggshells are thin? 3. Why are my birds growing slower than usual and have smaller body size or stunted growth? 4. Why do my birds seem so weak, lethargic, and have difficulty standing? And last question, number 5. Why are my birds always getting sick? Could it be just a protein deficiency in their diets? Protein is an essential nutrient required for growth and development and a strong immune system for disease prevention and defense in poultry, including chickens and turkeys. The building blocks of proteins are the amino acids. When a bird's diet is deficient in protein, we can point to an amino acid deficiency, hence a protein deficiency. 10 of these amino acids are considered to be essential because the birds' bodies cannot make them on their own and must get them through their diet. If you are raising poultry and experiencing or asking any of the 5 questions, then it's time to call in the troops. In this case, Private Tim Hall. Private Tim Hall, you say? Who might that be, and for what reason? The acronym Private Tim Hall stands for the 10 essential amino acids necessary for poultry nutrition, particularly chickens and turkeys, and these include: Number 1, P for phenylalanine. Number 2, V for valine. Number 3, T for threonine. Number 4, T for tryptophan. Number 5, I for isoleucine. Number 6, M for methionine. Number 7, H for histidine. Number 8, A for arginine. Number 9, L for leucine. And number 10, L for lysine. So now that we know that amino acids are the building blocks of protein, now we can understand that if we have too much or too little of these amino acids in your poultry diet, that this may be responsible for one or more of the symptoms you see. In the next section of this video, we're going to look at the specific amino acid deficiencies and the symptoms that we can see when birds are lacking the proper protein nutrition. If we take a look at this chart, we can see that birds that are presenting with dull, brittle feathers may have a deficiency in either phenylalanine or methionine. On the other hand, birds that show decreased carcass yield would have a phenylalanine, valine, threonine, or isoleucine deficiency. When it comes to decreased feed intake, just about all of the amino acids the birds would be deficient in. So this is one of the common non-specific symptoms of a protein deficiency or an amino acid deficiency. When we look at reduced growth rate, we see specifically that valine, threonine, and isoleucine are main contributors of reduced growth rate. If you're observing your birds to have reduced weight gain, we can point to a threonine or a methionine deficiency. If they're losing feathers or decreasing in their egg production, then a methionine deficiency could be a problem. If you have young birds and they're actually not feathering properly, then we could point to a tryptophan or an isoleucine amino acid deficiency. Deficiencies in histidine, arginine, leucine, and lysine all contribute to decreased feed intake and reduced growth rates. Leucine, however, also contributes to a decreased carcass yield. In this chart, we can see that deficiencies in histidine and arginine can contribute to decreased egg production and poor feathering. We can also see that if they're lacking leucine and lysine, that they can present with poor feathering. One of the distinctive characteristics of an arginine deficiency is that you may see that your bird's feathers are ruffled. However, if you look at the wings on the edges, they're usually going to look or appear curving upwards. Lysine is one of the most limiting amino acids in poultry nutrition. Again, you will see poor growth, weight loss, and reduced feed intake. If you are raising turkeys, you might even see a depigmentation in some of your young turkey poults. The key takeaway from this video is that it's important to remember that a well-balanced diet with appropriate amounts of protein containing all of the 10 essential amino acids, now we know them as Private Tim Hall, is the key to better poultry health and productivity. Thank you for watching.